drunk, well, I'll pass out on the floor now, baby. But you won't bother me no more. And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
Hey guys, Wayne here and Tyson for the Beers of Sigmar. We're about to play a 2,000 point AoS game. It's going to be the new shifting objectives one. What's that?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Give me 2 seconds. It is called Tectonic Interference.
There you go. So it's the first time Tyson's going to run the army that we're about to show off in 3.0. We'll see how that goes. We'll come back with the armies. Alright, Tyson, take us through your list.
Yeah, cool. So obviously I'm running OBR. I'm going to be, I'm going to run a Petrogash list, which I've never ever done. I never did it in 2.0. So I figure why not, let's do it in 3.0. So obviously I got Big Papa Pup himself over here with the beautiful Cardinals hat as he is. Over here I've got my Liege Cavalos. He has the Godbone armor because I am Petrifex. I have to be taking that, so at least he's going to negate the first wound out of every phase. For my 3 battle line, I've got a unit of 20 Mortec Guard, a unit of the ponies, and a unit of 10 Mortec Guard, and that's also followed up with the catapult because it's only 5 damage, Wayne.
Only 5 damage.
Only 5 damage. I'm running the Battle Regiment Battalion and the Vanguard Detachment and that, Battalion, and that is everything, man. That takes me to 1980 points with very little models, but we'll see how we go.
And 3 drops or 4 drops?
4 drops, and I'll be taking Price Sorcery because, let's be real, if Nagash is dead, my army is dead, so
Fair
that
enough.
would be my grand strategy.
Okay, we'll come back with my list. Alright guys, so I'm taking Skaven again, but I'm sick of running Storm Fiends. I want to bring the big boys out again. So I am taking Thankor, Verminlord Deceiver, a Warpnor Verminlord, a Hell Pit Abomination, 3 units of 20 Clan Rats, a Grey Seer, Umbral Spell Portal, and Warp Lightning Vortex.
Ooh.
Yeah, so on the Warpnor, I've given him the universal battle trait Battle Lust, which get him to reroll charge rolls. On the Deceiver, I've given him the artifact of Fast Skittered Cloak. Once per game, he can teleport anywhere on the board. On the Hell Pit, the mutation, I've taken his Toughened Sinews, so he's 14 wounds and 4+ save. And I've taken... the Grey Seer has taken Skitterleap. Thankor has taken Warp Gale, and the Deceiver has taken Levitate, so fly, and the Warpnor has taken Flaming Weapon for his spell, +1 damage to one of his weapons. Alright, we'll come back after setup. Alright guys, so we've set up. I'll take you through to terrain first. So over here we've got Inspiring, we've got a Mystical here, we've got a Damned there, we've got an Arcane here, a Deadly in the middle, another Arcane there, a Sinister there. I've set 1 Gnawhole up over there, 1 Gnawhole there, using a proxy, I've lost 1, and 1 Gnawhole there. So Tyson has set up like this. Talk us through what your thought is.
In all honesty, it's trying to block out your Skitterleap and your Gnawholes as best as humanly possible. So obviously my unit 20 Mortec over here, so nothing's coming through that Gnawhole because I know I've got horrible beastie boys over there. And then other than here, it's trying to protect my kind of Death Star unit, which is basically obviously the ponies, my liege and the catapult. Screen them at the back here as best I can, and that's that.
Okay. And me, I've set up 20 rats there to try and take that objective. Hell Pit in the middle to give him a bit of a distraction. 20 clan rats there to take that objective. 20 clan rats there. And I was trying to set up all my casters out of range of Nagash, but unfortunately the only one out of range is the Warpnor. Everything else is going to be getting dispelled at +4.
Because they're sweet old arcane.
Yeah. And here's the main objective for the battle round.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna... I couldn't decide who could go first because I finished dropping. So I rolled the Skaven dice, and the Skaven dice said that I should go first. So we're going to risk a double turn, and we're going to go first, and we'll see what happens. We'll come back after Skaven hero phase.
Godspeed.
Don't leave me, girl!
guys, so true Skaven faction and OBR fashion, to be perfectly honest with you.
I didn't do my rerolls yet.
Oh, not yet. Alright, so the Grey Seer tried to cast Warp Lightning Vortex. I'll take you through what I actually did. So the Vermin Lord Deceiver cast Umbral Spell Portal and got that off. He actually didn't dispel that, that's fine. Grey Seer tried to cast Warp Lightning Vortex, Nagash dispelled it. At least I didn't blow myself up because I used my Warp Stone. Thanquil tried to cast Dreaded Warp Gale, didn't go off, even with all the pluses, because I rolled a 3. I tried to cast Levitate, that didn't go off because I got a 3. I cast Flaming Weapon, and that did work on the Warpnor Vermin Lord, so he's got +1 damage. I did get Skitter Leap normal off, so that's move within 9 of an enemy. So I teleported the Warpnor Vermin Lord over here. I also activated Finest Hour, so he's got +1 to wound, +1 to save. We'll see how that goes. And battle tactic for this turn is to claim 2 objectives that are not wholly within my territory. So that's it for my hero phase. In typical Nagash fashion, he dispelled everything or I failed it. We will go into movement, we'll come back. Alright guys, so my movement is finished. The clan rats ran up just to tip their toes onto the objective because they're afraid of everything. Thanquil moved up behind them, the Deceiver moved up behind them, the Grey Seer moved up because Nagash is going to try and dispel everything anyway, so may as well just move them. These guys ran up, tipped their toes on again. The Hell Pit rolled a 3 for his movement, so he's keen. These clan rats moved, and we've still got the Warpnor over there. I've got no shooting in range, so I'm going to go straight to charges. We'll come back. Alright guys, so the Warpnor got a 9. He didn't even have to reroll, so he charged in. He did 2 mortal wounds on the charge from the monstrous trait.
Yep,
and
so I managed to roll 1 6 and save 1.
Yep, so 1 died. I then proceeded to attack, 4 attacks, 2s and 2s because I used all out attack. And I got 1 to hit, so only 3 hit, and only 2 wounded. Neg 2 rend.
I then proceeded to save both with my rerolls.
Yeah.
I saved both. That was right.
Tyson saved both. They were damage 6.
Sorry.
But anyways, he then proceeded to attack back, and I think it was 7 went through.
Yeah, and then you saved 3 using
I saved 3 using both my saves, so I took 4 wounds. And that is the end of Skaven turn 1.
But, although you didn't kill my unit, it's a smart play because you've absolutely shut down my crawler.
Yeah, I've shut down the crawler. I don't know how long the Vermin Lord's going to last, but we'll see how that goes. I have got all 3 objectives, and I did score my battle tactic for this turn, so I do score 6 points. The turn did not go exactly as what I wanted to plan, but it never does versus Nagash, and when you're playing Skaven. But we will see how Tyson's turn goes. We'll come back after his hero phase and he gets every single cast off.
Cool, we'll see how...
Thank you okay, now let that shit just mutilate her white ass and leave. Damn it, Teresa! Oh my God, Rhonda, we're gonna die! It would have just been you if you would have just shut the fuck up! I'm coming!
Tyson, what happened?
Cool, so, look, it was interesting. So for starters, I got Mystic Shield off, obviously onto Nagash, which needed to happen. I then managed to get Empowered Netherite Weapons off over to here. I then decided to cast just charge up a whole bunch of Arcane Bolts onto him. I ended up getting 4 Arcane Bolts charged up on him. I tried casting Drain Vitality over on a Thanquil, and it got dispelled. Yay! So there you go, you can't complain anymore, Wayne. And my favourite thing, on his 8th cast, I rolled a double 1 imperiled and took 2 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that for me.
So Nagash is shit, guys.
Alright, yeah, we'll come back after movement phase, guys.
Tyson, what happened in the movement?
Alright, cool, man. So I gave +3 movement to these dudes, to Nagash and to these guys, just to kind of move them up. Just trying to get Nagash to try to put a bit of damage, hopefully, into Thanquol, if I can. You never know, I might get a long bomb charge and we'll see what happens. My battle tactic, I picked Broken Ranks. I'm picking this battle line unit here. I'm quite comfortable. I hopefully should be able to kill those clan rats there and hopefully score me the 2 CP, but we'll see how we go. Other than that, not a great deal else actually kind of happened. A lot of measuring between myself and Wayne. You did a cheeky redeploy on your clan rats at the back there as well, didn't you?
Yep, I redeployed these guys to try and open Thanquol up a bit.
Yeah. Oh, and I also retreated out my catapult over here as well because he's not doing anything being in combat. So
Let's just over there.
yeah. So yeah, look, what we'll do is we'll roll out some charges and we'll come back after, hopefully I've killed a lot of Wayne's army.
Yeah, not likely. Alright. Alright, Tyson, come on.
Alright, so that was a, yeah, look, that was probably a swing and a miss from my end. So what happened was I got a bunch of charges off. What I forgot was Thanquol's, what do you call it, Warp Fire Flamer?
Warp Fire Throwers.
Thank you, that thing. So obviously I managed to get a charge off because I'm then within range. He then rolled 40 dice, left me with 1 Mortek Guard left. So you did 23 mortal wounds, I believe it was?
Yeah, you brought a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, I forgot that was the thing, so look, that's on me. So unfortunately my whole unit of 20 Mortek Guard over here are dead, so that's crippling for me. Nagash then did his 4 arcane bolts off into there. You saved 1, I think it was, using his fire.
So he's on 6 wounds taken.
Absolutely. The ponies over here with empowered netherite weapons and with the charge of the mortal wounds, look, that was 20 dead clan rats, so that was always going to be a thing.
So you score your battle tactic.
Correct. You attacked with your Vermin Law and managed to kill off 2 guys, so congratulations.
Yep.
And then between the might of them, with the +1 attack from the Liege and then the Liege getting into him, I was able to just pilfer off exactly the right amount of wounds to kill him.
Yeah, I failed 4 after saves out of like 7, no, it was like 10 after saves.
Yeah,
I
it
needed
was
1 more.
like that. So yeah, look, it was interesting. It wasn't quite what I wanted to accomplish. I absolutely did not know that's how Warp Fire Thrower Gauntlets worked. But hey, look, lesson learned. Look, if I get the double turn here, I think I'm still in it with a hot chance. If not, I'm pretty sure it's going to be iffy, but we'll see how we go.
Alright.
Just for my turn, I'll be scoring nothing over here, unfortunately. I will get my battle tactic because I wiped off that, and I'll get 1 for here, and because I killed a monster, I get another 1 as well, don't I?
Yes, you
Yes,
do.
so I'll get 4 points to your 6 at the end of my turn. And it's going to come down to the almighty roll-off here.
That's not going to do it.
I got a 2 and I'm taking it.
Oh no, Skaven's in trouble.
Alright.
Alright, we'll come back after Tyson's second hero phase. Alright, Tyson, hero phase.
Cool, man. So I did empowered netherite weapons off over onto the ponies over here, so at least they're going to be exploding on 5s. I got a mystic shield off onto Nagash, which was great. I did soul siphon over onto Yonder. I rolled above his bravery and did a bunch of mortal wounds.
Yeah, you did 4 after saves.
Yeah, so that's great and fantastic. Look, that's probably actually all I managed to get off. Oh, and I managed to get 1 arcane bolt off. Other than that, I don't want to hear about how Skaven can't dispel against OBR ever again, Wayne. You dispelled 3, I think, then?
It was tough.
It was tough, but you did it, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it's not like I was rolling poorlies either. I'm rolling like 9s, 10s, and 11s, so...
Yeah, with +4 as well.
Yeah,
I'll give myself that this turn. But
yeah, good.
We'll see at the end of the turn how not salty or salty I am.
Alright, we'll go from there. But yeah, cool, we'll come back after movement and charges, I guess, guys.
Mr. It's only 5 damage Tyson, what happened in the shooting phase?
Well, to begin with movement phase, we'll probably cut with that. So I did some cheeky movements first. So moved over to here, so these guys managed to just get over to here, the Liege has moved over to there. Because my battle tactic for this plan is Savage Spearhead, so I'm trying to make sure I've got 2 units wholly within his territory, which I'm already capping, but just to make sure. Then, once I've moved the Liege over to here, I've then given +1 attack over onto my catapult, that was 4 attacks. I managed to get 3 through in the end, over onto Thanquol. Thanquol had all-out defense on him, didn't he?
So 3+ save.
Yes, you saved 1 of those 3 saves, which means, because they're only 5 damage each way, and that was 10 damage done to Thanquol, and 7 went through in the end, and that's a dead Thanquol.
Yeah.
Look, revenge for my 20 dead Mortek on the side.
Yeah, I suppose, you know, that. How many points do they cost?
The catapult, 215.
No, the Mortec.
Yeah, 280, I think it is.
Alright, so Thankor didn't make his points back. I mean, let's be honest, I got double turned. I really don't think the charge phase is going to go any better. I have a feeling like this is it for Skaven. But we'll see what happens after the charge phase, so we'll come back. Okay, Tyson, what happened?
Alright, so, look, I did a bit of damage. So they managed to, because they had empowered Netherite weapons off with all their explodes and the damage from charging, I was able to take off the help hit, so that's beautiful and fantastic. I did a bit of damage onto your Deceiver. I think they call that a whiff.
Yeah, 3 wounds to the Deceiver done.
Yeah, it wasn't great, considering it was every one of his profiles and he's unbracketed, so look, that is what it is.
The Deceiver did 5 back.
He did do 5 back. Although I have just realised I've got a more Arcane Bolt to do off on him in a second. And then over here, my Liege also then was able to kill, was it 16 out of your unit of 20
Yes, 16 out of the 20, but I auto-passed with the champion.
So look, I'll do my D3 Mortal Wounds, now it's end of battle shock phase, onto your guy. And I've rolled a 2, so 2 more Mortal Wounds onto him.
5 up saves, I got none, so 2 more Mortal Wounds onto the Deceiver.
So tit for tat.
And you score all of them.
No, I didn't score that one.
You score 1, 2, 3, and your battle tactics, so 4, 5.
And I killed a monster, and 6. I killed a monster.
7.
So I scored 7 then. Cool.
Okay.
So it'll be 11 to 6 going into your turn.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, guys. That double turn absolutely fucked me. I've only got 1 monster left. He's got most of his army left. I'm pretty confident that I have lost. I'm gonna go into my casting phase and see what happens, but pretty sure I should just give up like a Skavenly coward, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, so my hero phase. I tried to cast Warp Lightning Vortex. I was going to just try and trap Nagash in there, but Tyson dispelled it. So that didn't work. I cast Little Skitterleap on the Grey Seer, and he got that off, so he's run over there like a little coward. But that means that's contested now, so that's good. I tried to cast the big dreaded Skitterleap, but that failed, so I didn't move the Deceiver. And that was it. Oh, I tried to cast Levitate and got dispelled. So that's it for the hero phase. My battle tactic for the turn will be to kill a battle line. Don't ask me how I'm going to do it, but it's probably the only one that I'm going to be able to try and do. So we'll go with that. We'll come back after movement. Right, so movement phase. I'll perform some cheeky Skaven tactics. These guys retreated out of combat. They can still charge. They're going to try and get a 12-inch charge to get to that catapult. I don't think that's going to work. And you can unleash hell with that, actually. That might be a bad... Oh, no, you can't. OBR.
I do not get that, sir.
Alright, and the Vermin Lord used the Gnaw Hole to go over there. Because
cheeky Skaven shenanigans.
Just... fucking Nagash. Fuck you. That's about all I can do. We're going to go into shooting and charges and we'll come back.
I'll pay my 1 for their rerolls and 1 for their rend.
Okay, so these guys used the reroll charge. They didn't get 12, obviously.
But the big point...
Yeah. The Vermin Lord Deceiver is in. He got a 9 exactly. I'm going to use all out attack. And so he's going to be 2s and 2s, so that's good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're going to go into combat and we'll come back. Yeah. So, Skaven combat went okay. I killed 5 Mortec Guard, and he proceeded to do just enough damage to kill the Deceiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Deceiver is dead. So I only score 1 point for this turn.
2.
No, we're contesting.
No, because you've got
count as
4
5.
over there, and you've got your Lord over there. Is that not the same?
He's only 5 wounds.
Ah, then it's contested.
He's 5 wounds, which is...
Don't know, we'll have to look that up.
Yeah, well, actually, no, I do score that.
Yeah, you do score that. I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 points here.
Yeah, so I get 2 points. Yay! What's the score?
8 to 11.
8 to 11. All right, we're going to do priority on camera. If I win the priority roll, I just want to try and cast Warp Lightning Vortex. I've lost the game. There's no doubt about that. If I lose the priority roll, I'm just going to quit because Skaven.
I got a
4 to 4.
So
I've lost.
it, which means I'll take it.
Yeah. So Skaven's going to quit only because there is no way Nagash will kill them. He'll kill my hero or the last set of clan rats, and then all this Mortek, Liege, Kavalos, etc. kill the other hero, and that'll be Skaven tabled. So good game.
GG's, man.
Alright, we'll come back for an after battle action report. Alright guys, so after battle action report. Tyson, seeing as you won, you can basically say what you think went right and wrong with your army.
Sure. Look, where I went wrong was not quite knowing what your warp fire gauntlet flame stabber thing does. Had I known that, I would have just kept 20 models away, so you're not rolling 20 dice, which is then, what, 40 dice? Because you
40
took 2 on him?
yeah.
Yeah, I just would have charged in one singular model to tie him up, because that wouldn't have mattered much. But you live and you learn. Other than that, look, I rolled shit hot on my saves. When I needed to do damage, I rolled shit hot. Although I never got, protection of Nagash off or anything like that as far as my spells go. The ones that did matter, like empowered Nadirite weapons off onto my ponies, so they're, getting obscene amounts of damage through. Mystic Shield on Nagash never failed. I was always rolling like an 11 or a 12 before modifiers on them, so he was always going to be in this rolling ones. And because he's in Petrifex, he's going to naturally negate a Rend as well, so... Look, I think I said this to you just before we were rolling. The fact that I was Petrifex and negating one Rend across the board played a huge factor into you not being able to push through.
Oh, definitely.
If this was a Mortis Praetorians list, where I'm getting, +1 save across the board, that's fantastic, don't get me wrong. But you're going to easily be able to negate that with the Rend. The fact that I can negate the Rend and you know what I mean? The save stacking is still absolutely a thing. Yeah, look, I don't think I could have done any differently, but at the same time, I don't know what you could have done differently either, man.
Yeah, to be honest, I had a battle plan in my head. The dice, I couldn't decide who would go first. If I gave him first turn, he got all his spells off, and then shot me with the catapult, and then I would have been on the back foot from the get-go, because he would have pushed Nagash up, possibly even got him into combat. It's things like that. So I rolled the dice. Told me to go first. I did. I got my Warpnor into position. I locked his catapult down and then completely freaking whiffed with the Warpnor. Like, I got, what, 3 through and 2 through and you saved everything. And they were 6 damage each.
Yeah, correct.
So, that didn't help. We only got to turn 2.
It was turn 3.
The start of turn 3 was where I quit up. But Thanquil, meh. I don't know. He was good for the Mortek, but I don't know.
But now I know how to play around that.
Yeah. The Deceiver is really good. I love the Deceiver. I love Dreaded Skitterleap. I love just being able to move once per game for free with Fast Skitter Cloak. He's probably my favourite model out of the whole list. I don't think I'll ever run this list at a tournament. We talked about it just before the camera rolled. I'd probably go 3-2, maybe 4-1, depending on matchups. Yeah. But I just don't... it doesn't feel Skaven-y enough to me to have so many monsters and not enough clan rats.
I actually thought, like when we were sending lists to each other last night, just as a bit of prep work with what we're kind of going to be expecting, I was expecting to see Jezzails and...
Yeah.
Acolytes and Warp Lightning Cannons, and because obviously I can't reroll my saves against shooting. So I absolutely thought I was just going to rock up and you're going to shoot me off the board. But instead you're like, no, I want to get in close and stabby, which is where OBR excels because I get to reroll saves now. Thanks to that last fact that we got. So, I don't know. Thanquil's great, but now I know how to play around it. I'm not that worried about it. I think your list has great legs, but at the same time, look, you're right. This is only a friendly game. I'm not going to take this list to a tournament either. No. We just wanted to try out 2 different lists. I wanted to try out the big boys for Skaven. I've now tried it out. It would do okay, but it's just not very Skaven-y to me. Like, there's no shooting, there's no mass blobs of rats. It's just,
And I fucking hate OBR.
But I think that's the thing, is I know how much you... Because if anyone doesn't know, it was the last CanCon, which would be, what, CanCon 2020, yeah?
Yeah, CanCon 2020, out of 6 games, I versed 4 OBR Nagash lists.
Yeah, and look, don't get me wrong, we always tease Wayne for being, you know, a jar of sacks of table salt, so to speak. But I've never seen someone as salty as Wayne was at the end of those days having to play so many Petrofex Elite Nagash builds. So I kind of already knew I was a little bit in your head.
Yeah.
And that worked. I actually do think that kind of worked, because, as I said to you, the whole reason you didn't give me the first turn, which then allowed me to get a double turn, which is a large part of the reason I won, is because you were so scared of the catapult, or Nagash, or whatever it may be, because you've had such a bad experience with them before. So, you know, I completely understand it. As I said, I don't think you could have played it any differently.
No, I mean, it was a fun game. We tried 2 different lists. I tried the big boys. I always loved the Skaven big boys, but once you take 3 or 4 of them, you can't fit much else. So you got to have that right balance. It is also a dice game, and Tyson rolled hot for almost everything, and I rolled absolutely terrible for my big boys. My clan rats rolled better than my big boys.
Yeah, they did. But I think that's exactly the thing, is I don't ever remember when I rolled, because everything I rolled shit hot for in this game was stuff that I needed to roll really well for.
Yeah.
And everything I rolled poorly for, it honestly didn't matter, because I had weight of numbers or whatever it might have been. So you never remember when you roll a 6 when you're wounding on a 2. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I only ever remember when I'm having to make 6 up saves and I make 4 out of 5 of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So stuff like that. So you're right, it is a dice game, and it could have hinged on anything. I could have lost both priorities, and it would have been a very different story.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But anyway, it was still a fun game, man. I mean, albeit we were talking shit for a lot of it and having a great time, although it only went to, you know, a few turns. But it was still fun.
And hopefully people on the channel get to see some sort of variety in lists instead of just the usual meta that everybody seems to take.
Yeah. Look, I wanted to take Petrofex Elite list with Nagash. I've never had it before, because I started playing OBR post that nerf. But, I don't know, it's fun. I haven't used Nagash in well over a year and a half, so it was good to see him back up on the table. I don't know if I'll use him again anytime soon, but it was good.
He is a lot of points.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways, good game.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash the like, smash subscribe, smash the views, and we'll see you next time.
You won't bother me no more. And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I say, I think I'll have myself a beer.